Welcome back to the Adventures in Silvernail. This is Campaign 5, What the Fae, the Odyssey of Chaos. I am Michael Jackson, your MC. Joining me this evening, we have Andrew, Scott, Erica, Tanner's back, and Ben. I'm pointing at where they are on my screen, so in case anyone's confused about what I'm doing, we're all on the line for me. We are back in the Fae. Oh, it's been a minute, it feels like. Let's talk about what's happened so far. Oh, 5 strangers are pulled through portals by a really old elf lady named Melody, who says that she is the last member of the Will of Asteria, asterisk mark, because now these 5 strangers are the new last members of the Will of Asteria. She's not dead, so I guess there's technically 6 of you. But she said, I'm going to try to go find other options. I don't have the best hope in whoever you people are. But you got some magic items that we've now all seen featured on the stream. Yay! Timeless gifts from Summer Song, God of Time. You were tested briefly and then sent into the Fae, into the Court of Summer, home of Desiree Elmira, a graduate of the Sky Defense Academy. And she takes you all on a little tour as she takes you to visit her parents' Wildfire Druid Circle Grove. I just keep making that name longer and longer. Her family tree, to meet her family. And as you arrived there, you learned that the family tree was actually under attack by a rogue druid group who had some bad blood with the Elmiras and their family tree due to some rehousing that the overall druids didn't feel was fair to all of them, but since the powerful druids, the Elmira tree, made this choice, it affected all of them. So they had some feelings about that. So they had been attacking the Elmiras, turning them into stone and just removing them from the board. Those stone members had been collected into the family tree inside this kind of like magical grove, all circled around a giant tree that we learned was Desiree's mother, and Desiree's mom was the new family tree, this sacrifice made by the women of this family to become the house that will protect the grove for generations on. A role last held by her grandmother, who she's been dreaming of. Oh, fun and spicy. But she met the Princess of Venom and made light work of her and her compatriots using her new team as they all had these crazy battles, met parents, saw dragons, beat up people in these one-on-one and some 2v2 fights, showing their individual prowess and showing themselves to be truly great warriors. Still not quite the Will of Asteria, but truly great warriors at that point as they saved the day, saved the tree, and dabbled in some, I wouldn't call it dark magic, but I wouldn't call it legal magic. Just some new things brought on them by the party hag, Sylvie, who is learning to tap into some coven magic, a dangerous art form built on mutual trust and respect, a thing that hags don't have and people with egos can never get to work together. But with that, they were able to resurrect the petrified, they were able to restore the petrified druids and revive the ones that have been shattered, reforming the grove. Though the chaos of coven magic had some unintended ramifications, as different members that were brought back the members that were brought back from the dead were brought back as different elemental affinities. So they're no longer wildfire druids. They are now a swamp druid, an ice druid, or let's say a swamp druid, a snow druid, and a gale druid. And so they have these new affinities attached to them. I think I said the right elements. I don't know. Water, fire, earth, air. They are now no longer fire. And they had got this information from Desiree's family tree. They are the wardens of the Court of Summer. They told them of this weird energy, this like unnatural. It was very earthy but unnatural in its location and its vibe, and the Drake wardens of her family had spotted it and sent them to investigate it, which kind of played into an earlier investigation made by our other nature lover, Ursine, who through a act of divine naturalism was able to tap into the earth of the Fae in his first time there and gain information that most people would not be able to know. Though it cost him some exhaustion, he was able to pinpoint the location of the earth elemental, earth primordial prince, which is what they were called at the time. And he led them there across the court of summer, into the court of autumn, where they faced off against this giant, rocky, craggy primordial prince that was being held hostage by 3 dark druids in the court of autumn. And they killed the druids, freed the primordial prince, learned that the primordial prince was none other than the daughter of Agba, that Ursine had been looking for this whole time, and she was dying. That's inconvenient. But he was able to siphon off some of her energy. What is the gardening word? Pruning plants, where you trim them to say that pruning. The daughter of Agba, to offer her some grace in this last moment. Unknown to him, he absorbed her elemental energy, learning that she was a primal influencer. The heirs of the primordial princess sent here to enact their individual parents' wills on the world, or to shape them into a world that is more suitable for their parent, or the nature, that the element that is attached to them. Absorbing that energy into himself, he became the first member of the Will of Hysteria in the party to house a primal soul. Ursine is the primal soul of Earth. Earthy Ursine. Earth sign. That's funny. Okay. And then after they tried to make a quick journey out, that quick journey turned into days and days, for some years, of treacherous adventure, as they found themselves trapped in a evil spell laid out by the leader of the Court of Autumn, the Fungal Mother, a being who is as much a person as she is the plane that she is the court that she controls. She is of the earth, and she is a protector of this place. And she is a bad lady. She's weird. She's scary. More likes her. Some people like her. And they were able to break out of that thanks to the power of Ursine, who was able to, of his own non-magicalness, was able to will himself out of this spell. Then, using his magicalness, was able to rise his friends out of this not very spa-like mud bath that was entrapping them, allowing them to live this 3D fantasy nightmare. Freeing them and allowing them to move through the forest. They all started to take off, crossing back into the Court of Summer, where they learned it was getting hot, which is crazy because the Court of Summer, if you haven't guessed it, guys, is hot. And it got hotter, which is strange. But Desiree learned in the last kind of few days that she's been moving through that there was a storm brewing as well, which is layering into this, a freak storm, a living firestorm, something that is living spells happen a lot in the world of the Fae. Of that level and power, not often. So she is seeing a freak anomaly that she knows spells do not normally come to life at that level. And that's a 7th level spell that was shitting out 7th level spells and raining down fire all over you. And Desiree said, "Square up, bitch." And she grew wings, flew into the sky, giving herself immunity to fire. And she said, "Let's fight fire with fire," literally, as she started throwing her own flames at the flames of this cloud, beating the hell out of it, basically, as the rest of the party was able to wrap themselves in a safeguard spell from Tidbit and his god, as the rest of them just hurled spells and arrows and anything they could at this giant cloud as it slowly withered away, dissipating as it rained down delayed fire blast spells. Chaos. All of this was missed by our good friend Sylvie, who had found herself having a reunion of sorts. The second reunion that Sylvie has had of this type, meaning her extended family, a bunch of other hags. They kidnapped him in the middle of the night, replaced him with one of their own numbers, a male hag of hideous and ungodly proportions in this area right here. It's bad. It's nasty. So bad, in fact, that when Tidbit saw it, passed out. Just full on, just. But Sylvie, through that time, got to having an interesting experience. The word I was going for got fucked up in my head. Had an interesting interaction. There it is. With his siblings, meeting Agatha the Migraine, who jumped in his head and haunted him for approximately 24 hours before kidnapping him, and Zilla the Spoiled, a red-skinned hag of new variety, one that Sylvie hadn't seen, and a lot of things got answered for Sylvie. One, that Aunt Bibi is crazier than he ever imagined. She is a evil hag. She built not only Sylvie but 3 other versions of Sylvie before she got to her final project. Thus, the we 3 coven we have met in this moment. They kind of divulge that information, and they inform Sylvie that their brother Gristlegums was sent in his stead to distract the party, and they have a moment of recollection where they realize that they forgot to tell him that they don't hate Sylvie anymore, because Sylvie's actually kind of nice sometimes when there's some things happening. And so while this family reunion is happening in a cave that's kind of weird and swampy, across the map we have our party, who is met by one of those fun druids who have been turned into the swamp element, as a small group of them from the wildfire group are heading to the Court of Autumn. They're heading down the river. They happen to pass you as you ended up camping outside, because you guys have ran through so many of your spells just trying to stay alive in a beautifully cinematic fashion, may I add. Found yourself sleeping outside and woken up by the loud, well, actually you're woken up by the disturbances of the fish, as Ursine was trying to gather some food, as these horses came running down the river. Noticing you, they were like, oh my god, family. They jumped off. They started to interact with you. And the moment that the last person in that group, a ranger, stepped off that boat, he went down, his bones and body just withering and sapping out, as if when he touched the ground, moisture just left his body. And in that moment also, Sylvie fell ill. That is where we last left the party off, and I'm gonna fill up just a little bit more time, since we did miss last week. I'm gonna get this party back together. Sylvie, we saw you moving through the forest with Zilla and Agatha. You were kind of just conversating with them. A really big important thing that I guess we should mention is Sylvie leveled up. Sylvie is level 14, and we see Sylvie has does Sylvie look any different via level up and realizations? Is there any?
I think with the level up and some realizations, Sylvie just has a more, I guess you could say, cold demeanor than normal. Definitely like a glare off when the light reflects on the skin, as just like it is like the surface of ice a little bit.
A little sheen.
Yeah, a little sheen there. And that's really about the only difference I would say so far.
Yeah, and as you kind of move your weird wings, your little 6 kind of spider arm wings, kind of move around, and you note, well, you don't note this because you're moving forward, but your sisters kind of note that there's like, it could look like dandruff, but they are aware that it's very fine snow crystals. Like there's little little just droplets that are hardening off you and falling off of this, like, of your body. Like maybe it's your sweat just kind of crystallizing as it falls. There's something happening there. You kind of just you're moving through there. You had summoned up your flock of familiars and sent them to go and tell Gristlegums to stop being weird and to chill out, as you were informed that it would take you a while to get there, and you have been traveling there. But you kind of warg into your what do you summon as your familiar? Or your what 3 familiars?
My flock of familiars, they're just 3 little imps. We're demons.
Gotcha.
But like they're cute. They're like, like that cartoon trope of like the 3. There's always like the dumb one, the snarky one, and then like the little jokester.
He's not here to see it, but there's this weird, almost parody effect that it has around the blights. This energy of like, you're like, oh, one's like that. That's your, like, you always see the blights as a trio of things. You're like, oh, tall. It's the Kevin, Stewart, Bob energy of, like, the minions. And so you see them, and you kind of, effortlessly you just kind of whip them up. They are this faint blue, purple, very like opaque, kind of like translucent, and they flitter out and they kind of start dashing through the space, kind of moving down. And they had already done that, but you ward into them. Imps can turn invisible, so these have moved into invisibility. They know that you want to relay a message, but they know you want to be a little more covert, I guess is the best way to say that. So you send it out and you orient to it and you see that, oh, my screen got so dark. You see that it kind of makes it, you see your party has camped out near a river. You're getting different points of view as they are all in different places. You see that it is, the sun never actually sets here, but you can tell it's somewhere like moving into evening. You've been traveling for a while, so you can see that the party have these tables of food set up. That looks like there are other people here. It looks like there was a bunch of other people here, but now you just see your party members. You don't see Sylvie until you kind of like blink. You know, you're blinking through the filters, changing cameras. You pick one, and you're like, inside this tent is a, you know, it's a word to describe it. It's like it's over you for sure. And you kind of like blink in and you see your body kind of like laying on the ground, like laying on this cot, kind of like fetal-ish position. And it's just in this, like, you've never seen this temple before because you always stay inside the Temple of the Gods, so you know this is not the Temple of the Gods. But you see it, and Sylvie, the other Sylvie, looks at you invisibly, looks at you. What are you doing? Who are you? And I'm
You're me.
you like it too. Oh.
Yeah. We're all friends now. The coven's cool with me. You need to call it off.
There is a deep sigh of relief. It's almost like you could tell, like, you could feel magic brewing in them, as if they were like, I've been seen and I need to do something about it. And then you say that, and they're like, oh, okay.
All good.
Well, they're also still here. Your friend Des fixed your cousin, which I didn't think was possible because, well, it doesn't matter. She's really good at fixing. Yeah, how far away are you? The answer is about 2 hours. How far away are you? Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna go for a walk.
Yeah, just so you gotta poop or something.
I'm just gonna leave. And they just get up off the bed. They're like laying on there, like doing this act. Basically, they speak to you. They're like, I'm gonna get up, and they just sit up, turn around, and walk out of the very just start moving. Everyone in the party who is not Sylvie can give me a perception check. I was gonna say persuasion like 3 times, and I was like, no, wrong.
Not that one.
To see if you see it. This is perception to see if Sylvie, last you know, Sylvie was sick and laying in that tent, and now this person Sylvie is getting up and leaving, but just to see if you see that because they're trying to sneak out. Well,
Desiree did not see it.
Can we have one eye now?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's one eye. Yes.
Tidbit got a 21.
Okay.
Ursine got a 25.
Damn. Okay.
I'm rocking. 1 second. It's loading.
Is that brain rot?
Surely it has to be. No, I'm just trying to figure out what this thing is. Oh, wisdom's. I'm so sorry. Wisdom saves from Tidbit and from Ursine.
Oh, right, because damn it.
No.
I'm gonna pass out again.
I rolled a dirty 20.
Okay.
Oh, okay. 28.
Hey.
You both see and Sylvie also sees this. As Pseudo Sylvie like walks out of the tent, the moment they hit the threshold of the tent, the spell that they have on them fades away. And Sylvie, you see, it's just like, I don't know. It's like if the Hunchback of Notre Dame had like an uglier brother, it would kind of look like this guy. Like it just looks like he got bullied every day. Like, and you kind of realize that it's like not just here. It's like it's like nothing is
Everywhere.
the right length. Everything kind of looks so mismatched, which is wild to watch them coming out of this like small form, like this 3-foot size that you are, and and it's just like they don't grow out the right at the same. So it's like it's like one short arm, one long arm, like two legs aren't the same length, and it's
Cracking
like,
back in.
they look wild. And as this is happening, you see them like moving out of this form. Ursine and Tidbit see the back of that as it starts to move out, and you just see like it's for sure like a head, but it's got like lumps on the back of it. So it's like, man, it's got a bunch of heads. Like, what's happening? It's got like mean traps, but are those like tumors or like we don't know what's going on? But like it's just like lots of like mass on top of mass. Just like it's not pretty. But you do see it, and you Tidbit, you remember seeing something like this before, but it's blurry. It's like the memory of a memory. You're like, does that look kind of ugly? Like, but you see that, and you both kind of like have this innate reaction of wanting to throw up and not doing it, but you get it. It's like, wow, that was rude. But you see the back of this thing moving into the forest.
And it's just walking away, yeah?
Yeah, it's walking away.
I think Tidbit's
And
just
like walking away. It doesn't seem like it's like creeping, running. It's just like neutrally was walking out that tent, ugly as hell, into the forest.
I think Tidbit is just gonna like stare at it for a second and then turn away. Maybe he just goes back to writing in the dirt over and over as something like, I will not push rangers into rivers.
You catch eyes with Ursine as you're like breaking eye contact with that thing and going back, but you see that he also saw that. Ursine, do you do anything?
I'm gonna like look out the door. That was pretty gross. Did we let that in?
You're outside. The Temple of the Gods, which I guess if Ben wanted to, he could have summoned it up since you've been sitting out by this lake.
Oh.
Now, like literally all day, you've been here. You woke up this morning and you guys have been in this same spot 4 hours because the two people you were with have been unable to move. And then the Desbrenda took, after Desiree healed, insert Ranger's name here, Desbrenda took him and the rest of her retinue back down the river. So you're all sitting here waiting. She kind of said you had to like wait it out. So you imagine like someone has a fever, you're just kind of waiting for it to break is kind of the energy. But you can be, if Tidbit wanted to, he could summon Temple of the Gods. Otherwise, as it was last stated, you are outside and there's like a like poorly made like tent, just like, you know, stick canvas over it. Cot had 2 cots inside, now just 1 cot. One cot, nobody. But that's what you see it walking out of. So you're kind of like out in the open, kind of maybe near the river or wherever you would like to be. But that thing is like kind of behind you because, you know, just giving space for the sick to be sick or, you know, whatever sick do when you're not being watched. Medicine.
I don't know if we need to do something about that, or I hope we don't.
Well, if Sylvie's never mentioned that side of them before, perhaps there's a reason. You know, we shouldn't make judgments based on appearance, and if they want to feel better about themselves by looking like a fairy a lot of the times, then that's their own prerogative.
I never would have made that connection, but I'm glad to know that it's explained now.
Well, that's just my base assumption.
Oh. Well, it's gone now.
What? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Scott, fix your sound? Question mark. I hear we can't hear you. I know you also weren't talking in that moment, but
Hmm.
I heard we can't hear you. Let's see. A cute sentence or two. I'll have my guy listen.
Oh, because I have myself on mute.
Oh,
Scott,
there we
let me
go.
hear you. What's happening?
Don't
You're not
listen
peeing
to
right now.
me.
It's a good time.
Don't listen to me.
Goofy. This is what I was looking for. Desiree, you're kind of sitting out there. You have that journal from Gran, whose name I just forgot. Desandra. There it is. Do you happen to be spending any time perusing that?
Oh, 100%. I'm doing a deep dive. I've got my quills out to annotate and everything.
Perfect. What section are you looking at? Which I for sure have written somewhere.
I imagine at this point she might have made it a little bit past the very beginning, reading like in order. So I would say if it's like chapters or logs, it would probably be like around the third or fourth that she's at.
Yabby. Hold on. I really gotta find this thing. If I were my notes. Okay, boom, found it. Desiree. Okay. Okay. So this one is titled Unfinished Psalms. Make me I just want a comprehension check. Investigation. What advantage? You got the book. Like 2 ones. I can't read. I just have this.
I got a 25. Not bad tonight.
Nice. Unfinished Psalms, you kind of like I think it grabs your attention because it's the least clear, like what that title is just by reading it. And as you kind of go through it, you realize that it is they're entries that Desandra wrote about Melody. That's her name. I'm pretty sure, right? Melody? Yes.
That is Melody.
About Melody. And you note that a lot of this comes from the point of when they had a falling out, which was around the time, or as it's stated in here, that she told Melody about her relationship with Asgarath. And they just had different opinions on how to not necessarily deal with Asgarath, because I think you realize they both recognize that Asgarath is a problem, but also that what he wanted was not the warnings that he brought were not incorrect. Like they were factual. The way he skewed them put him in a position of not being a bad guy. And you see that Melody took the aim of, well, I want to be against Tiamat and Asgarath and on the side of the Fae. If he is evil, if Tiamat is evil and Tiamat made Asgarath, then I'm going to assume that Asgarath's also going to be bad. And Asgarath's whole thing was like, no, I am not like that. And Desandra really wanted to believe that he had better in him. And as you learn from history, he did not, because the moment he got Tiamat put up, he pieced on out of there, leaving her to be big sad. But the Unfinished Psalms, as you get through it, also goes into what Melody did after they broke up and what she wanted to do with how she wanted to protect the Fae. And you find something very interesting. It appears, according to this, that Melody was a pioneer, I guess is the best way, or like maybe like a lead scientist in an arcane sense for the Titan project. She was a part of the team who wanted to build the Titans that used to protect the Quiet Highlands in the Fae. They were these giant you would probably have read about them in history. They were these giant Titans that are like these like mechanical magical beings that protected the Fae from threats foreign and domestic, or that was the plan until they and the Quiet Highlands were stolen from the Fae and put into the material plane, and then those giants or those titans were discovered that they were not all they were cracked up to be. They were like a piece of magical artifice that came with great sacrifice. People would commit. They wanted to people that wanted to protect the Fae would dedicate and or like dedicate slash sacrifice their lives to piloting and powering these machines. And then eventually they were stopped when they got you make me a history check to see if you know what happened to them after they moved to the out of the Fae and into the material plane.
22. I'm on a roll.
Girl, you nosy as hell. Yeah, you heard rumors of the Titans that the false Titans that fell. They were powered. The people were powered by they're powered by people in like an underground kind of like facility. Asgrath's they were using Asgrath's plan as well, but they have now been destroyed and or made obsolete in some way. So they are not of in use, but destroyed, and those words are kind of flub. They don't really know what happened to them. They just know they don't work and are not currently protecting anything right now. They don't exist. But you find out about Melody and building the Titans of the Fae slash the Quiet Highlands, because that's where we mostly have seen them in Silvernail history. Flashback to season 1. This book holds all the secrets. So I appreciate that. Anything else from you in your note taking? Any questions in there?
After reading this, she is definitely going to approach Sharp and find Sharp if he's around, and she's gonna go up to him and she's gonna say, um, I know I made a promise to you that if I found anything that might be of any value to you, that I would make sure to share it to help you with your own quests and your own journeys. I'm not sure if this is anything you've ever heard of before, if it could be any use at all, but some of the things that I was reading sound a little bit similar to something that you might have gone through or experienced. So here, take a look. And she's gonna hand him that and basically point to everything that you just said and allowing him to take that into.
Sharp, make me a history check with advantage. You're from the material plane. You know things. She is giving you she's showing you this diary entry from her great grand, but it's about the Titans that were in the Quiet Highlands slash the ones that were brought to the material plane, and they have some sort of mechanical essence to them. So she thought of you. Yeah, I think you for sure know. You've heard of the Titans, like they weren't around for you, but you've heard of the Titans. I think a thing that you do note is that there are there's like actual information in here, like a degree away from blueprints on how one could like make one of these Titans if one wanted to.
Oh, a mechanical titan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, I don't mean to put you in a specific box or anything, but similarities were quite pronounced, and so I didn't know if anything in here might be of any use for you to find what you're looking for.
Oh. Thanks, Desiree. Can I hold on to this?
To be honest, that makes me a little nervous because I haven't been able to completely read through all of it. And the idea of maybe ripping out those specific pages so that you and I could both have access to them at the same time is also quite alarming to me. I would hate to ever damage a book like that.
I'm just gonna hand it back to her. Desiree, I promise you I am not gonna read this while we're walking.
How about this? We can make a compromise. That's a part of friendship, right?
You're gonna read it to me?
Well, now that you mention that, that's a wonderful idea. That's not what I had in mind at all. I was going to read it myself and then let you borrow it for as long as you needed. But that's even great. Since you've read this part now, is it fine if I just pick up with the next part?
Yeah. Do you mind if look, I'm not quite ready yet. I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Oh, okay, that's a fair trade.
And you know what? In the meantime, just read on ahead in that time you're waiting, just so you really know what information's coming across. Okay, and I'll get back to you.
Right. That makes sense because then if you have any questions about it, I've already, kind of memorized the material, and so I will be able to answer those for you.
You got it. And then I could literally just ask you the question. In fact, why don't you read all of it? And then when I have a question, I'll ask you because I know, Desiree, you got all the brains.
I think that's a wonderful plan. Thank you for allowing me to read it ahead of time.
Sure. Can you do me a favor now?
Sure.
Can you check and see if I got anything gross growing in my socket, my eye socket? There was something weird itching.
You'll have to be more specific about what you define as gross because I feel like our definitions might be different.
You're so right. All right, well, you best get to reading, okay? I gotta go talk to Tidbit for a second in Ursine, and then we gotta move. We gotta move.
If your eye does get, I guess, more worrisome, I'd be happy to take a look. But you're right. I must get ready to read this. I'm really looking forward to this. Thank you, Sharp.
Thank you. Thank you. What a great day. All right, get ready to take off. We gotta walk, all right? We got ley lines to lay out.
Perfect. I'm remembering her name. Tidbit.
Her.
As you're writing over there in the, I will not throw rangers into rivers. Anything else pulling your attention, focus, or moving you in any way?
You know what? I'm gonna let Tidbit be smart for once. I think halfway through writing, it's just gonna be like, "Oh no," and run back over towards Ursine. Um,
Hey there. Oh, it just occurred to Tippet that perhaps earlier you were insinuating that something may be amiss. Not all that it seems.
Wait, are you talking about last night? I thought we had tucked those theories into bed.
No, the fairy turning into the really ugly thing, like a little bit, like really soon, really
Okay,
right then.
yeah, I do think that's kind of weird.
Um, Tidbit had a thought, a test. We could see how weird it is, and then we'll know whether or not to be worried. No,
Okay, do we just wait until night again? Or
oh, I figured we just sent Sylvie a message and ask why they were being weird earlier.
that's much more direct. I feel like we would get our an answer sooner.
Yes, I often forget that I, through the gift of God, have the power to talk to anyone, anywhere, at any moment.
Oh, so
But
we're not gonna talk to them face to face. We're just gonna.
just right now, I do not want to walk. And Sharp looks busy.
Sharp is trying to look busy, so Desiree stops talking to him. Yeah, you want to cast sending? Is that what you're going
Yeah,
for?
I just want to send a sending.
Yeah. What do you say?
Hey, what you up to? Turning into not fairy things, maybe? Just checking, no reason to be out.
As a fraction of a second before Sylvie starts to hear that, Sylvie, I guess out of time, truly, this walk is working. You know you could fly, but then you wouldn't be. You'd leave your sisters. They're waiting for, or they're like walking with you because they want to meet up with their brother. But you technically don't need to be together. You got Gristle Gums to leave, and you so you like have he's already on the way, and you know that Zilla has that thing where she can find people. So like he's not lost in any way. You know he's out of the camp. And so in theory, unless you just wanted to walk with them or you plan to introduce the hags to your party, you could leave them and you would probably make up more time on your own than with them. Would you like to do so? Would you like to leave them, or do you want to? Are you planning an interesting meeting?
I thought about it. Okay, I guess Sylvie would. Sylvie will just turn to them and be like, "So, ladies, are y'all wanting to meet the people that I'm riding with right now?"
Zilla smiles, fangs in her teeth. Just she loves the idea of meeting new people. Agatha, yeah, no, I mean they are sharp, super cool. No, I love Tidbit, Earthsign, and his like plant things, super great. Desiree also kind of cool, but no, I don't. I don't want to meet your friends. Um, they're so loud. I'm not even in their
I get
heads, and I
that.
can just hear them. It's just so much. But like, no, super
Yeah.
cool though. Like, it's definitely like a you thing. I
No,
like
by all
that.
means. That's why I asked. I didn't want to like push it on you if you didn't want it. They get on my
Yeah, when I
nerves
was
occasionally,
in your
but
head, I was like, man, I think I'm annoying, but whew, yeah. But no, yeah. I mean, are you trying to? She like mimics wings. She's like, you trying to?
yeah. I'm just gonna bounce and be quicker than as if I was walking, you know. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
less
no, like
effort for me.
no, yeah, yeah. That's it. Would yeah. You can see that Agatha is hurt. But she's just like, yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Zilla is like walking ahead, and she's like, she doesn't, she doesn't, Zilla, she don't care.
She don't care.
Uh,
Yeah.
but you
I
use
get that I would offer a hug, but that do I'm conflicted in that.
is that confliction apparent in your physical form as
Oh,
you're like,
Sylvie looks very uncomfortable at the thought of offering a hug.
oh yeah, as you kind of like have that moment, Agatha reaches out, grabs Zilla, yanks her back, and is like, we're doing this. Pulls you both in. Zilla is stiff. She is like, she's there. She is absolutely present. Does not want to be,
Just
and
staring. Yeah.
you can feel that radiating off her. You're just like, we're doing this for her, and you're just kind of
Correct.
in that moment. Um, as is happening, you decide to leave. I will ask you one more question. You've have a means of travel that you've been using, those little fairy wings, but you have this calling that feels newly natural to you. Would you like to explore that? Or would you
Yeah.
explore that? Perfect. As that sending comes through, as Tibbet kind of ask about you and that weird transformation, you are mid like gasp as you are swimming up the river. You have found your way to the river, which was not too far from you, and you are swimming through it. And you've never swam before, but you feel like you have been in here your whole life, like a shark, like a blade moving through this thing. You are um just dashing through with twice your movement speed, or which is whatever it is, but you are moving through this water as you hear these weird. It's funny because you're underwater as it comes through, bloop, bloop, and you hear Tidbit in your ears asking you about to be gristle gums,
Yeah.
and you kind of like and you hear that, but you also know that you're getting pretty close, and you could make an entrance if you wanted to.
In typical Sylvie fashion, I'm going to ignore responding to Tidbit and make an entrance.
Perfect. Tidbit,
Actually,
as
I
you.
won't ignore responding to Tidbit. I'll just be like, right before I really get there, I'll be like, Tidbit, what are you talking about? And I'll send it back, and then I'll make my entrance.
Tidbit, you cast that sending, and it is the next sentence that the person says on their lips, and there is a hefty pause between you sending that message and it coming back. Sylvie must be doing something weird, like just like was in deep thought. You don't know what it was, but then it kind of that message kind of just trickles back through, and you hear it, and then you see what I can only imagine is a spectacle. I'm gonna ask you some more questions, Sylvie. Do you think as you want to show off, do you believe that happens above water or underwater?
I think it begins underwater and ends above water.
Perfect. Ursan, you're sitting at the edge of this river, kind of just like chilling, having a moment to yourself. You see that let me get these names right. Twiggy is directing Viney and Needle, who have conjoined themselves, Viney and Needle, into this makeshift. Like Viney spread themselves out, and Needle has worked himself in to make like these little like spikes on this net, and it looks like Twiggy is like throwing it, but really she's just kind of like gesturing to where they should go as they are the net and they're moving through this water and they're trying to catch more fish by piercing them in this net. And so they're trying to gather more fish because they know dinner is coming. And as they kind of slowly going to grab one up, you notice that one of the fish that's kind of at the very bottom of this net is frozen solid. And that is weird because this water is hot water. And anyone who is near the water sees water that was already kind of like bubbling and broiling just a little bit. It is not like, it's a hot spring is what the vibe is. And there you see for a second, there's a moment where the water just starts to still. It stops smoking. It stops rolling. It just becomes still. And there is a tiny little force under the water, and you see as they start to spin around themselves, kind of like twirling like you would, in a drain. Ice is starting to swirl up from around them. Tidbit, you've seen yourself control water before, but you've never seen anyone else control water often. And you note that this is different in the this water does not flow like water. It's like a thick sludge, almost like a snow slushy. It kind of moves into this weird state between ice and liquid, very much like peak slushy at a gas station. I was like, this is liquid and solid. I love it. Spinning, and to the point where Sylvie stops spinning and is standing at the bottom of this river, and it starts to slowly rise up as the water twirls around Sylvie, and ice spikes shoot out as you step up, walking up this cylindrical ice staircase made out of water and ice, walking up out of the river that was previously on fire. You all see Sylvie, tiny, skin glistening like they just walked, like it's got misted by some like Neutrogena commercial, like skin glistening to the point where it almost looks like the light can reflect off you and blind you. Like, damn, too much Vaseline. Like it's like shiny as she walks out of this water, completely dry. Snow starts to fall from the sky around him as he's standing there, kind of like walking up. And as he stands there, the whirlpool does not close. Instead, it continues to spin as ice blades just kind of like cascade across the top of it to make a platform for Sylvie to stand on. And Sylvie kind of stands there and poses.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
And in the most truly dramatic and unhinged fashion ever, you see Sylvie appear. From where? The water. Why was she in the water? Who knows? Why is she so cold? Who knows? Questions. But Sylvie rejoins the party.
Oh, hey, Sylvie.
Hey, be careful. Be careful not to kill the fish. We have to eat.
We're about to kill them, and hi, Sean.
Yeah.
More excited.
You have to preserve the game.
I have a question. Has Sylvie just been gone? I assumed she was going with us, but she was in a different place. Has she just been gone?
She walked off last night.
Yeah, Sylvie has only physically been missing for a few hours. For the people who know that she was missing, when she got kidnapped, she was replaced by a replacement who who was there for the whole running from the firestorm scene and then got sick, and then they were the sick person in the tent.
Gotcha. Okay, then my
So,
rebuttal for
yeah.
you, Sylvie, for that was, you've been gone a few hours. What do you mean excited to see you?
Yeah, but like it just made a whole entrance.
No, it
with
looked really good. It looked really good.
I think you killed too many fish.
Ursine, you're gonna eat them.
Well, we can't necessarily eat all of this now. It's frozen. It is frozen, so preservation to an extent. Can you keep it up? Can you keep them frozen?
Well, yeah, I don't think I've really stopped the whole ice thing here for a minute.
We'll
Yeah,
keep
you're
it up
having
for
this
another.
conversation on your little ice parapet. So you're just like, oh, guys.
Maybe.
But also I think that besides Sylvie appearing, that is dramatic because it's Sylvie. I think the thing that is crazy to all of you is that it is currently snowing in the Court of Summer and the boiling river turned to snow. I think that is the thing that may be on some brains, as that river previously was just moving until Sylvie popped out of the center of it and froze it in place, which is also, that's not what she does.
Y'all got a different view of the Feywild. I've given up all baseline logic of what's normal. Fire comes out of ice. Dirty ass monsters make the forest. Your family lives in a fireplace. I mean, it's cool, but it's not abnormal. I mean, I guess it's badass.
Yeah, Sharp's lost hope of understanding.
Yeah, this world makes no sense
He's like,
anymore.
He's like, I'm just neutral. It's like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's cool so long as you're not
My
dead.
head hurts.
Fine, and I'll hop down my little ice pedestal and be like, not as dramatic as I was hoping.
Well, you have to thaw it soon because it'll kill more fish.
You're truly with
Just
family
a little
now.
bit
We're
of
like, good job. Your outfit looks good.
Sylvie, do you want to clean up? Do you care about how you clean up this river you've made, or do you just put it back?
Oh, it's a hot river. I assume it'll eventually melt.
Okay, yes, but also like just like a couple of degrees can really like mess up the ecosystem. So you should.
You did
I
flash.
should what? I should what, Ursine?
We'll get rid of this ice. There's ice all over the place. It's gonna thaw the water over here. It's gonna cool down the water going down there, which could kill more
Well,
fish.
you
don't
seem
know.
to know the most about the ice and the hot, so you take care of it.
But you're the one who made it. I don't know how to melt magical ice.
Am I? No one seems to think that.
You walked
To act
out
as
of
the
it.
mediator here, I just want to say that, Ursan, you're right that this might affect things, but change is inevitable. Think about
But
that.
we were the reason for the change, so I feel like that's
Well,
Aren't
you
we
weren't,
always?
so it's
natural.
not your fault.
True.
That's true, but it still affects things that can't fix. Okay.
Oh, you know what? Here, I'm gonna just cast Fireball. I'll thaw the ice. I don't even have
Do it.
Fireball. Hold on. What is it called?
Yeah. That might be too hot.
Scorching Ray. Yeah, just shoot the ice. Is this helping, Urshine? Putting it back to normal?
It might be too hot. I don't know.
See, he's not happy.
All right, listen, Urshine, buddy. If we don't stop these ley lines, everything's getting messed up. It's okay if one river for, I'm guessing, 15 to 20 minutes is a little stopped up.
Just a small change can have large consequences.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Sylvie groans and undoes the ice.
Thank you, Sylvie. All right, fish is all
I
good now.
seemed like it was easy.
In a calm or chaotic manner.
Now,
Chaotic,
Sylvie,
and I throw myself on the ground.
Sylvie, no! We want to know why your outfit looks different.
As Sylvie plops on
Finally.
the ground, the ice shatters, and it just kind of all just starts turning in weird directions, and glaciers start to slide on down the melting river. And you can see as it's moving down the river that they are just like shrinking as they are melting as they slow down. Perfect. But Sylvie, you plop down and Ursan is oh, not Ursan, so sorry. Sharp was interrogating you about your weird outfit.
I'm not interrogating. I'm just simply asking why your outfit's different. Why'd you show up with a big outfit that looks nice, but something's going on? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, I have some new power. I think
Oh, what can you do?
Okay, so then I just pop off my investiture of ice right there.
Oh, that was one of them. I thought that was
Oh.
the entrance. My bad.
Oh no! It got bigger. It got constant, and I can just turn it off and on whenever I feel.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
as Sylvia is sitting there, her skin goes full diamond, covered in ice crystals. It starts to like the ground starts to freeze around them in a very like artsy way. It's like the ice is moving and making like it looks like an arcane sigil or someone scribbling directly under Sylvia. It's hard to tell, but it looks like someone should be artsy as the ice kind of like makes a frosty pattern right under them, simulating them in a 15-foot emanation, I believe. As they just and you just see like just coldness just pouring off of them, just poof. Like they are a freezer.
Yeah, turns out I have ice in my veins, and I am the rightful heir of the Court of Winter.
Wait, so is any of this coming from a god? Do you have a god? Or is this from like a god?
More like a devil.
Oh, the
that's
opposite
worse.
direction.
That's pretty bad. That's not great.
I'm gonna
I'm-
wink at Ursine. Actually,
Our sister, but
everything's connected.
And they're only slightly connected, Ursine. It's not directly from a devil. It's just adjacent.
But the devil's worse than like a god. If somebody were
Well,
to
a
So wait a
hag.
minute. Judge it.
who-
A hag
There's
devil, a
double
god.
thing.
It's just I don't know. We everybody seems to be getting from some higher power, and for right now, I'm just assuming you and Tidbit, both of you got a higher power or lower power. Devil, I don't know how it works, but isn't that like a conflict of interest because your gods all helping? Two gods.
Or maybe
Nobody-
some gray areas are to be expected and allowed.
Well, let's say
What are y'all
Ursine,
talking
you had
about?
I'm just saying like gods interacting. Ursine, let's say you had a god. Okay, all of you guys had gods that were helping to make this happen. I heard
I have
somewhere
no
in one of
god.
those books from Desiree that gods helping when other gods are helping is a big problem. Is this going to be a problem, Sylvie?
Not for me.
Mm,
But it seems like
Splendid.
the ones with the gods have a problem.
nice.
Tidbit has no problem. Sylvie seems to be powered by a bloodline, and that's unproblematic. And
Yeah.
well, Tidbit
Well.
has been blessed by God, but does not receive aid, for that would be highly problematic and
Right.
would need to be dealt with harshly.
Oh, wait a minute.
One
That's
should never directly commune with God.
going the opposite direction. Ursine, it doesn't sound
But
like
don't
it's a problem.
you?
It probably is kind of chill sometimes.
I would love
Oh.
a persuasion check or a deception check from Ben and insights from everybody who heard him say those words.
I mean, we heard him.
We
This is
did.
the absolute truth.
18.
Dirty 20.
It is the absolute truth. You're not wrong about that. Been rolling dice.
Praying.
It's a whole show.
I need
23.
Oh, we're good. What'd you get?
I rolled a 15 plus. Zoom. 8. What is that?
23.
23.
23.
So you
You might
maxed
get
out
higher than a
highest.
23. Oh, was it 23 the highest?
Oh, wait.
It was a
What-
tie.
What did you get?
Oh.
You got a 23? No,
Okay.
I'm giving the thing. I'm giving
Flash
you
of
the
genius.
Flash of Genius.
Whoa.
Terror sign. Sometimes I gotta check with who you helping out.
I mean, technically, it's like me having a Flash of Genius being like, oh, also. Just,
Yeah, Tivit says that directly communicating with gods is against the rules, and Ursan, you see like a tinge of guilt There's like a brow as he says that, and you're like, huh? And you get the feeling that he is communicating with someone, which you may already know, but Tibbet is those religious zealots are so wild. It's like when you say you talk to God, do you mean like you talk to God and he talks back, or do you talk and then you talk some more? I think you're realizing that he made he has the titles the Peace Walker.
Dabbled.
Yeah, he's moving more towards legit. He's on your level of like, and you know that because you both are playing at the same thing. And I would give this to everyone who is watching at home, that there is a divine contingency in place that the gods are not allowed to interfere with mortal affairs, but only the gods know that. And only people who are actually are being affected by that currently are Summersong and Agba, because Summersong birthed Agba, and now they are in contention because they both are in fact affecting the party, and they do not want the other one to know about it. But they both do know about it, but they can't say anything because they're not supposed to know about it. So they're in this weird trap of being like, I can't snitch on you, because then that snitching proves that I do know more than I'm supposed to know. But also your time and wisdom. So they are the most knowy. So now it's this weird dance of like, can you get them on the same page, or will they be like Tibbet? Oh fuck! Will they be like Null said and be cause of conflict? I'm trying to keep these names in my head. I'm looking at everybody's face and I'm like, who are you?
Witch!
That was the funniest fuck I've heard in a while.
But yeah, you I think you know that he is communing with a god. I think your best bet, knowing what you know and how you're moving, is a direct conversation, or one with you, him, and no, who kind of like looked at you, gave you a wink, and you were like, I get it. And that was the moment that kind of like picked it as he hit you with that flash
Connecting
of
the
genius.
dots.
Yeah, and so Noah's right. I mean, you might have to have a face-to-face conversation with him, which is not what does not seem to be like a logical thing for you to do, but it does seem to be like the only option you have to try to be above board about it. And of the people in the party, you two are probably the calmest, the cleanest above board. So I think you also recognize that when looking at Tibbet and getting all this. Like, he is a good guy, and there is some like there's a hint of guilt about something he's doing when it comes to communicating with gods that you don't feel because you know you are doing it and you are active about it. But
You're active, babe.
You catch that in that moment of conversation. You catch the brow, and you're like, and you can choose to either mention it or not, but you know that man is dipping it up with some gods. But
So anyway, I was just gonna get us back in the momentum. Where are we at? What are we doing, y'all?
Yeah, I got you. But if you choose not to poke that bear, then I will move the scene along. But so do you want to poke the bear?
I think I'm gonna sit on this information for a second.
Perfect. Party fully returned to each other. There is a not whole meal, but more of like a snack that is prepared by the Blight teens. And it is it's not as good as Null's, but it's not bad. They're definitely learning. Like, why do these tree things know how to make food? That's weird, but also buys a machine how to make food. Who knows? But you get a nice quick snack. Short rest if anyone needs anything. Stat-wise, I don't know. I think y'all should be good. Oh god, I'm dying. And then we head out onto the road. You are walking up, using the river now to head up. You know you're moving towards formerly known as Mandigo. Oh my gosh, is that what it's called? Let me look at my notes for what things are called. Mandingo.
I know I almost said it. I didn't.
Mandigo's bridge, which is now known as the Humming Bridge, and all my screens have moved. Now known as the Humming Bridge, which is the last landmark you need to cross before you are in Statue City proper. And surely only it has to be close. You can see, not from where you are, but when you're walking up here previously, you can see some of Statue City way off in the distance. You can see tops of buildings and structures off in the distance, so you know that it is. You can see the New York skyline. It is close, but yet so far. But everyone starts to move that way. And I would just love a nature check with advantage. Desiree or Ursine can roll it. The other one will be giving you advantage. So whoever wants to be the one who gets in trouble for rolling badly.
I got a plus 11.
I'd have significantly less than that.
Roll twice. About to get blank. I got an 11.
You're not gonna believe this. I rolled 2 11s with my plus 11, so that's a 22.
Hey,
Hey,
listen, that's not
still,
bad.
yeah,
It can only be more
still
chaotic.
good.
Nice.
You start to move through the last leg of. Let me make sure that I am saying it accurately. Moving through the last leg of Firefly Forest. Sylvie, do you cool down? Do you turn off your investor, or do you just walk around?
Yeah,
cold?
no one's interested.
We had a whole conversation about it.
I
was very
mean, it
passionate
felt
about it.
forced to me. That's all. I felt forced. I was like, we don't have to talk about it, Sharp. We don't have to.
If you want to
So
talk
funny.
about it, we can talk about it. Okay.
I did a lot of unpacking in those woods.
You just in my mind, you were gone for a couple of hours, and so it's like the onus
They
is on
were.
you to explain what the hell
Lifetime
is
of
it.
revelations that came to me, though.
Like, which woods? We weren't even in the woods that long. Like, I was just walking. As you kind of are having these conversations, these exact conversations, walking through the woods, kind of like, Sharp, you know that there's this weird dichotomy between you and Sylvia. It's like, you've only been gone for 20 minutes, and Sylvia's like,
Oh no, I'm
you
just
missed
straight
so
asking her
much.
at this point. I'm like, what the hell happened in the woods? Why, you seem changed like a butterfly.
Oh, I came out of my cocoon.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, pretty sure I have the same type of energy in through me that Ursine holds with this primordial being shit. I'm just the ice one. He got the earth one.
You know, it makes sense because I don't think anybody else can hear me. Hey, is anybody walking with us? Like close?
Yeah, is anyone listening?
Yeah.
What's up?
Is anyone listening to us? Because I want to have a private conversation for a moment with Sylvie, and I'm looking to see if anybody's like staring or close enough to be like,
Oh,
oh, I hear that.
Tidbit.
Did I
kid.
listen from farther away?
do you want me to
I don't
walk
care.
away?
Okay, so you're all right here and heard me
Yeah,
have
we're all
that thought
right.
out loud. Okay,
The
fuck.
3 wisdom characters are like, yeah,
All
we
right,
hear you.
yes. Can everybody just allow some privacy for a moment as I talk to my friend Sylvie, who went through something last night?
Can
A
you
lot.
take me off your head?
Yes, that makes perfect sense. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay, we'll roll over here, Sharp. Well, I won't
Okay.
roll. You'll roll.
Okay, I'll walk this time. So, you got this whole ice thing, and you're getting power from someone big. Ursine just straight up told me not to tell Tidbit something, and I'm going to tell you because you were technically not in the deal.
I wasn't even here. Yeah.
But you were. We're going to catch up to that.
We'll get into that, yeah.
Ursine is like best buddies with a god, okay? Well, so is Tidbit, but apparently that's against the rules where you can't be with your god doing something while another person's god is I don't know. But they're
Okay.
both being like this whole behind closed doors, and it's about to make me
Dodgy.
pop. Right, but now you got it too.
Okay. Oh no, mine's not God related. My mother just so happened to most likely eat the primordial prince, and then I came out haggified primordial prince.
But powerful as shit.
That, so I mean, but I didn't unlock it till it clicked, I guess.
It's like we're all running this giant race to death or rebirth, and everybody's getting involved, and everybody's got their own rules. And I'm at this point, Sylvie, where I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck all they rules. You trying to
Oh,
get
yeah.
there, I'm trying to get there. You come by me, I'm tripping you.
That's why we get along, Sharp. We don't need the
Yeah, I
rules.
know.
We just do what the fuck needs to get done. I understand you completely in that aspect.
Thank you. I always got you too, little butterfly.
Of course. Now, how do we make them have this little conversation? Because that seems a bit messy. Yeah.
Well, Ursine believes it's really going to upset Tidbit, and I don't really want to upset Tidbit because I I'm not going through
Well,
this
it
again.
seems that Ursine's upset. Tidbit doesn't have a lot of emotions.
Yeah, but Tidbit's gonna be upset. Well, maybe he won't. See, this is what I'm saying. Maybe we should just tell him. But it's also the only secret Earthsign's ever given me, and if I break this, I don't know, he might not whittle for me anymore or something.
I mean, maybe we don't even have to tell them. Maybe we just leave little notes for them to find, as if
Okay.
they're writing notes to each other, and then they end up meeting,
No.
and then it's like a whole ruse of us getting them to come together, and they think that it's each other, but it's us.
I mean,
Too
honestly,
much?
great plan. But if there's anything I learned in relationship therapy, it's that you gotta be direct, but nice. That part's harder. I think we should just
That's
tell
pretty
him.
insightful, yeah. Maybe we just sit them down together and have them stare at each other until they say something.
That's just weird. But I mean, if you think
I mean,
it'll
but they're
work,
not. We put them together. They have to say something, right?
that's true. That's true. But also,
And if they don't, we just. Oh, I said this. Like, we could
I
just
like
move their
that.
mouths and say it behind them like a little puppet.
Only issue though is if we sit them down, we're not moving, and I really don't want to be not moving right now. Maybe we walk them
Um,
together.
could they both fit on you while you walk? I can't
I'm
carry
not putting
one.
Earthsign on my head, but I'll put Tidbit on my head and walk really close to Earthsign. That's an idea.
There we go. And then they're stuck with each other.
Right, right. And Desiree could write it down. Wait a minute. Hey, Des, y'all, you can listen now.
Des is 100% into the book, doing the task that she promised to Sharp, so she's aggressively reading, trying to
Desiree, I found some
memorize.
smut in the woods.
Sylvia, when did you get back?
Oh, just not long ago. In the false alarm, it wasn't smut in the woods. I stand corrected. I hate that I took you out of that moment. But Sharp needed you.
That would indeed be a peculiar place to find some material like that, just out
Well,
in the
you
middle
might
of
have
nowhere like
dropped
that.
it.
Trust me, if I would have dropped something like that, I would have accounted for it by now.
That's very true. You're much more
Anyways,
responsible than that.
well, what's going on? Can I help you guys?
Well, first of all, I have two questions. First, what is the greatest part of what you've read so far about the book you wanted to read to me and I somehow avoided perfectly?
There was this very intense long section about my grandmother's eating habits, and finding out that we shared a lot in common when it came to the things that we enjoyed was quite a revelation to me.
Great. Second question. Do you think you could take a break just from reading to go back to writing and join us on a little walking quest with buddies together and write down everything that transpires?
You're quite lucky because reading does happen to be my number one favorite activity, but writing is my second favorite. So
Perfect.
sure. Do you want me to go ahead and start now? Should I also write down everything that we just said leading up to this?
Wait until I say now go. Okay? Perfect. All right, Sylvie, you get Earthsign.
Yeah.
Walk him over this way. I'm gonna get Tidbit. Hey, Tidbit.
Hey, Earthside.
Sharp,
Yes.
why are all of the fish floating in the river?
Because Sylvie killed a bunch of them in this one moment of time, which will be changed. That it'll be okay. You want to get on my head for a minute? I'm just worried you're gonna fall in and become a dead fish.
That's exactly what I was trying to avoid. Awesome.
Am I supposed to be writing this down yet? I didn't hear anyone say go.
That means you don't do it yet.
Die. Other things are gonna lose food sources.
It's okay, Earthsign. I unfroze most of them.
I know.
So
I know. Here, come over here. Let's get
come
away
over
from the
here.
fish. Stop looking at them.
Stop
Yes.
looking at the fish, Tidbit.
Let's go walk with Sharp and Tidbit.
Let's go walk with Sylvie and Earthsign.
Can we just go? This camp is depressing.
Yeah, come on, Desiree, come on. And then
Anyways,
Sharp, you want to give the...
I'm just
Oh, no,
slowly gonna put my hands around Tidbit. Just grab straight slowly.
All this is happening on as you all are on the.
Why is this so ridiculous?
That's
Anyways,
Why does this time feel different?
I don't know. What happens? What do you think when you look at Earthsign? Now go, Des.
Hey, I got a pass of 20 insight. What do I see on Sharp's face this whole time?
Oh, Sharp, roll me a. I mean, Sharp always kind of.
Okay, but I'm now
lying.
in the past few episodes have been giving a lot of grace to Tidbit, been very like accommodating because I like Tidbit. So it's not all I don't try to hide anything. I'm very honest and open with my face.
Yeah.
Give me a persuasion roll, and Tippett, give me an. You want to use your passive, or you can roll. You can
Yeah,
roll.
I'll just use the passive.
Plus. What's your passive before I see if I have to add things?
20.
20.
Oh, okay, yes, I will. What, can you add things? Dang it! I'm gonna add a flash of genius anyways. That's gonna put me at 22.
Yeah, he's like you look at him and you see some scheming that's happening there, but Ursine's always scheming. It's like he wants people to be moving. He wants you to always be doing
not
something.
Ursine.
So yeah,
Sharp.
Sharp, sorry.
Yeah.
Sharp. And so it's hard to know like where it's coming from, and then that flash of genius kicks in and he just gives you a smile and you're like, oh no, okay, he's just being his usual level of weird. So you don't think he's being any more, you think he's being as weird as he always is.
Okay.
And now you're sitting next to Ursine as he's walking and you're on top of Sharp's head and it is quiet.
Just me
Why,
and Sharp
just-
making these faces back and forth at each other.
Desiree waiting to write with her pen.
You guys stop talking.
Ursine, give me a wisdom, give me an insight check.
Insight. Dirty 20.
You know, it just keeps happening. Everyone's trying to set you up on these weird dates. It was like, there's Brenda. Now it's Earth. Like, Tidbit's here. And it's like, oh, hey, Tidbit. Hello. You just kind of see, he like is always just like in your hunter. He's always in your peripheral, just like there. You just keep seeing him.
I have a question for you, Michael Jackson.
Answer.
Are we leaving camp sometime soon?
Yes, we are on the road.
Oh, we're on the
You're
road.
walking.
Oh, I'm so. Oh.
But it is next to this river, so the river is, you're walking with the river,
Yeah.
just up towards the bridge. Jace.
We bring any snacks?
Oh my god.
I don't think so.
Why don't we talk about other things and not snacks?
Stop
Guys,
worshiping snacks.
I don't date trees, okay? Like, like, you don't have to set me up with people. It's fine. I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm old at this point. This seems like a lot of. I don't date trees. Okay, this isn't the first time that somebody's like done this because they think that I date trees. But
You should try a dryad or a sign. I think you might like that.
it's hard. Trees.
What does your God
Do you
say?
think
Yeah, what does your god say?
Oh, sorry.
Does your god like trees?
Was talking
I
to
don't know if
Tidbit.
they have any doctrine about it. Asked them or like prayed about it.
Des, underline that last sentence.
That I've prayed about it, or the one before.
It went right before.
Absolutely
I
horrendous.
feel like we're in Congress right now.
I know, because Sylvie's just staring at Tidbit like, how are you going to respond to that?
Right.
Every 15 minutes, there's another sentence that is said.
Yeah.
Just walking the forest.
so?
Ew.
I've
But
been
sorry. go ahead.
thinking about. I know it may be an unusual circumstance, but we could probably make snacks out of the fish in the river.
There's some frozen ones still from Sylvie. You can just like a
I don't wanna
popsicle.
eat
Fish
frozen.
popsicle, yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
You can call it a fish stick.
I haven't tried
I'll
it.
try it. I'll try.
Oh.
So it's crazy because like he's kind of like a fish,
Yeah.
fish-esque.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is super fucking awkward. I think there's been a lot of weird stuff going on, and Sharp and I are being weird because we just want to have a moment of honesty amongst the comrades here, and
That's right.
and I can start if it eases everyone else to get into it. But if I commit, then we all have to commit to telling each other secrets.
I just don't want to date anyone. This is really awkward.
That's not a secret, Ursan. We know. You don't date trees either. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I don't.
So what if Tidbit doesn't have any secrets to share?
I think you do, Tidbit.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll think about it for a second, but I'm really.
I'll think about it. I'll start out,
Actually, everyone's gonna think about it because we're gonna take this bathroom break, and when we come back, the party will tell you their dirty secrets.
Jez has already had to do this like 5 times, so I don't know how many more secrets y'all want out of me.
She's like, all right, let me think of some more things.
One
She's
more
like,
secret.
Christ, a month now. She's like, come on, guys. This
Lord.
development is crazy. Okay, bathroom break, friends. Bathroom break.
Literally.
We're back from the bathroom, and we're gonna tell you some secrets.
All right.
Yeah, I would. Well, we know Sylvie's gonna go first, so we'll let Sylvie go first, and then Sylvie can pick who's gonna go after them to share a secret.
Of course. Yeah, so secret. In case we didn't all know, I'm a hag. Did we all know that?
We pretty much guessed.
Yeah. Yeah.
In case I'm not a secret.
But
I
that's
knew
cool.
that.
Yeah.
She's choosing
My
a lie.
mother is right. My mother is currently raising hell in the Court of Winter, and that's why no one's really come back from investigating that one. I found that out in my absence. Also, I was gone. That wasn't me. That was with the party. It was my brother.
You and your brother are identical.
Sometimes he's not always looking that good.
Wow.
Tidbit, that is when Sylvie mentions raising hell in the Court of Winter, that pings in your brain because that was your senior thesis project was on the Court of Winter and the weirdness, and you had attached it to demonology and hagatry, and now you know that it was a hag who pulled hell into the Fae, which, as a girl who wants to be the queen of Fae, could be some problems. But I think that feels like a natural pass off to Tidbit. Give us a secret, Tidbit. No pressure.
All pressure.
Well, Tidbit's kind of always thought that Tidbit was an open book. But Tidbit can acknowledge that Tidbit has had some secrets. When I was in school, I never took a test for real.
Wait. Did you cheat, Tidbit?
No. I just went up to the teacher and told them that if I was supposed to fail, I wouldn't have been chosen. So they passed me anyway.
Wow.
That doesn't feel like a secret, Tidbit. And also, fuck school.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. What you just did was really cool. Really, really
That was
cool.
cool.
Okay, maybe another secret then. You are the first 5. Are we counting the Blights as people? Are we
I guess
counting?
they're one. They were like one, right?
You want
Are
to
they like
become
one?
people? I think we could count them as one.
Because they like
They're
go into
scientific.
each other now.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've been really vibing with the gorilla recently too.
You're like the first 5 people that Tidbit is ever acknowledged as like having real lives. And that's hard to say And Tidbit is starting to think that maybe if Tidbit had paid a bit more attention, some things wouldn't have happened the way they did. I had some classmates, and I'm pretty sure one of them, it was in a cult. But I didn't know until everybody got captured, and
Yeah.
Is it a cool cult?
I don't know because I never paid attention.
Oh, okay. They see the distress.
I
Right there.
just want to say thank you, Tippet, because I can relate. I never see people as people. And I would
Right?
say lately, I think I've seen you as the most people that people can people.
Is Sharp crying?
I had an oil leak.
It's natural. He said it comes out of the holes.
Right, the oil leak. I'm just gonna walk up and give Tidbit a hug.
And I can't normally hug people because I poisoned them.
Sylvia's dead-eyeing Desiree like, you're getting all this, right? Like, you're getting all this.
I just like to point out that nobody's told her to stop writing, so she's still been writing all of this down.
All the secrets of
But
reading.
when this is happening, she's definitely writing like, and then they hugged, and then like looks at Sylvia.
I'm gonna pull away.
Oh.
Wow, that I didn't expect a secret that good. That was a good one. Thought you were nice.
Yeah, I was like, I think Tibbet might be the villain. That's crazy.
Well, I guess I'll go then. Well, this kind of makes me rethink telling my secret. Skip me.
Sharp, you can't be skipped. What?
I like he was like, I'm gonna go next. Actually, skip me. It's like, you volunteered.
So, I think I tried to project a more put together, masculine, nothing hurts me cheese when we first met. And the truth is, I was in a lot of pain because recently I was in a long-term relationship with the cherry pie, and he was great. And then I learned something really bad, and we tried therapy, and well, I lost him. I lost him, Tidbit, and I wish I would have saw him more as people. All right, skip me.
Okay, yeah, you did it. Desiree, the thing that pings in your brain is Tidbit said has got a friend in a cult, which is interesting because you think one of Tidbit's friends is in a cult.
Right.
What if it's the same guy? But outside
she'll
of that,
definitely stop writing for a second and just kind of look up. Should I continue writing what I'm also saying out loud, or should I just omit that because it is my own memory, or should I include it in case somebody outside of us decides to read it in the future?
Just record everything.
Yeah.
It'll be good for the book later.
I'm gonna be very honest, even though this might get me in trouble, but that kind of seems less important, knowing that our lives are at risk and the world is kind of in our hands and it's fate and all. But Tidbit, have you ever heard the term Neo Asgarathi been mentioning of these cultists or anything like that? I know you said you weren't really paying attention, but does that even ring a bell?
make me a history check. Disadvantage, Mister. I don't pay attention. It's okay. I know you're not an intelligent character.
Make it harder, Otto.
Ooh. Damn your disadvantage. There was one nat 20 there.
Oh,
What
we don't
is
see that one. We don't see 20s here.
history? Oh, I'm good at history. That's a 16.
16.
That is pretty good. You know of the Asgarathis. You've not heard of the Neo Asgarathis. You know the old cult that was attached to the dragon god, but not this new time. I think that's the first time you've heard that word Neo Asgarathi said out loud.
Neo Asgarathi? Well, I don't think I've ever heard that, but he did say he was going to his NA meetings, and I thought that was Narcotics Anonymous. Oh,
Sometimes it
Um, that's crazy. Well, I'm gonna be very honest. One of the main reasons that I was trying to get close to you from the very beginning of us coming here is because it was actually part of my convinced that you might either be involved in this or know people that have something to do with it.
you were trying to get close to me?
So I'm really sorry. I discovered along the way that I really enjoy your company and enjoy being your friend, but I do have to admit I was being extra kind and reaching out to you in the beginning because it was part of my objective, and I am truly sorry about that.
No, I mean, that's okay. Tidbit never really noticed. That's just kind of how everybody acts to Tidbit.
People didn't really tend to notice me anyways before, so I'm not really sure why I thought there would be a different outcome. I just wanted to let you know this is probably the last thing that I haven't been honest with, this whole group about why I'm here and everything. That was a major part of it. I mean, it just happened to be chance that we got pulled into environment even closer than this outside of, knowing each other. Well, I knew you at the academy.
Well, I really appreciate your honesty. I'm glad that we could make a safe space that we all feel comfortable to say, well, our darker truths.
And I just want to let you know that I do treasure our friendship now, and I hope that you don't think ill of me because of this before. And I am truly convinced that if you did know something, that you would be forthcoming and tell me. So I'll make sure to let people know that you have nothing to do with this.
Oh, yes, I would have told you. I mean, how else would you write my memoirs?
That is true. I mean, I do involve it'll have a lot of chapters of snacking, like another book I've been reading. But I look forward to
Mm.
writing those together still.
Tidbit, a thing that probably does stick out in your mind as you're heading to Statue City, in that, and in the vein of being honest with each other, you saw, and I'll paint this picture because I keep forgetting it. You in that dream with all it was all the graduates and alumni of the Sky Defense Academy that were receiving that contingency spell from Demina. It was and you saw Hale, the leader of the Court of Spring. He's a known graduate of the Sky Defense Academy, but his claim to fame is that he is the only member of the Sky Defense Academy who is sitting on the acapella. However, you saw Fazan also in that memory, who is one of the three members of the Court of Summer. Other two not present, but to your knowledge, Fazan is not and was not a student of the Sky Defense Academy. But you know that cannot be true if you saw Fazan in that memory, and Fazan was talking to Desiree.
Okay.
If I, Benjamin, can make a connection with that info at this moment, I'm sure Tidbit would say something, but we're gonna let it slide for the moment.
Appointment. And it's just conjecture on the fact that she shouldn't have been there, and this weirdness of Desiree's role in school. That is where that train of thought goes. Desiree is not a tactician like you, and also you're seeing this other person who is not a student or alumni in your mindset, so they shouldn't be there unless they are a student and you just didn't know that there was some, unless you missed something and all that passive 20 perception insight. There were things happening around you that you really just weren't paying attention for, and that just kind of like sits in your brain as you remember that red hair talking to that fiery tree. But I will let you sit with that confusion as I ask Ursine, what's your secret?
Weird. Um, we all did one. All of us did one.
Yeah, it's your turn, Ursine.
Yeah.
Don't leave us in this beautiful moment of opening up on an
I
empty
wanted to make sure
plate.
that nobody's being skipped or anything because I
Oh
would
no,
get
like-
no.
I
Not
would
even
have
on
Two of us.
request.
We're like crying.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have tears.
yeah.
This
Telling
is
a
all a
secret on
bit
behalf
much.
of the Blights?
Right.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to be telling a secret on behalf of the Blights?
I
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
2 from you, Ursine.
Oh.
They were counted in the group number.
They were counted. We counted them. Tidbit counted them as an individual.
Right.
Yeah.
You said they were one.
Yeah.
Still tore up. Don't do this to him,
The
Ursine.
warble.
Well, I guess not many people ask, or I haven't had the opportunity to tell many people, but my the blight came into my life sort of as I was making my first connections with my god. So that's pretty neat. It's pretty
They're like a
cool.
little gift from your god.
No, it's more we made a connection naturally, and if they didn't like me, they wouldn't stay.
It was consensual.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a gift, you know.
Yeah, it's symbiotic. It's the plants
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And clearly, I'm helping them grow. I think. I hope.
That's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think you
That's
want to
there.
retire a little bit so that you have more time to help them?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, is that your secret or is that their secret?
It feels
I
like
guess
their secret.
there's I guess my other one would be that sometimes when I pray really hard, I fall asleep and have dreams with my god. But other than that,
Oh.
But
Oh, you like see them?
Oh, look at your dreams.
yeah.
Funny, we've been doing a lot of things while you've been asleep. I feel like I've missed half this adventure.
Yeah, I also see things in my sleep. So
I
that's
guess
not
you
that
should.
far fetched.
Listen, Scott,
Yeah.
you decided to not be a sleeping character. You missed out on the plot.
He's
You
the
should
god
probably
of time
start
talking.
sleeping. We should talk about that.
Summerthog is petty. He's like, I remember that time that I couldn't sleep.
I believe. I just think it's bizarre that you're no different than everybody else here talking to gods. Wouldn't it just be crazy if everybody's god was like, hey, do this, and all of your gods were helping each other, but nobody wants to talk about it? It'd be crazy. Anyways, keep going.
Probably get pretty complicated.
Right.
Yeah, that was it. Oh.
History check from Tidbit.
Michael's like, you will realize what he said.
Oh, no, it was something different, but I was really struggling on the name of the person.
Yeah, I was trying to find a way to misconstrue that.
There's so many things I can
Oh,
throw at you that it's
God.
okay.
Okay. Plus 4. It's a 19.
Perfect. as Ursine mentions, like, wouldn't it be funny if all the gods, did this, work together and did this thing? And you have been recently studying or looking into Summer Song pre-divinity. Summer Song, the man, the soldier, and a lot of in that time that in fact was the case, that gods did interfere with man. Like they would affect things as they saw fit, and it was a two-way relationship. Summer Song historically has always been against the gods. He's as a non-deity, he had a very firm stance of gods are just very powerful magical beings, and they should be respected but not worshipped, much like a king should be respected but not worshipped. That's kind of how he viewed them. And he went up against Asgarath, a dragon god, and he also fought the god of undeath. He befriended and ascended with through god of hunt, and he became the god of hunt. And in that, and as we're reading that, as you had only really known this overworked but very happy to do his job Summer Song, this guy who was always in a room watching 7,000 screens simultaneously while holding a conversation, like while still making time to have a conversation with you. He's like a dad with 18 jobs. He's like, I'm gonna be there for my kids. But you seeing this old life he has, it layers on a new nuance to you that Summer Song is. I think you've always viewed him as God and his powerful being, and that is not how Summer Song views himself, because he is one of the youngest gods and a human, and he had this weird opinion about gods, and now he's taken this, and now that he's ascended to divinity, you can tell that he has layered on this ideology that he held before, that he now has to mitigate as a divine. He was a person who was like, gods are these things, and then he became a god, and he's like, but I still feel like gods are interfering with the way in which the world should be working. That was because Asgarath came in and did those things. Krug rose out of the ground and destroyed a bunch of things. And he was like, if those didn't happen, people would have a chance to be themselves. And as you're kind of like sitting here listening to people talk about Summer Song, and you've learned about him in a more nuanced way, you realize that Summer Song, God of Time, is not how Summer Song views himself. A moniker that you would more likely attach to Summer Song, if you were to give him a creative name, is Summer Song Jailer of the Gods or Watcher of the Gods. He's put himself in this position of protecting everyone below him, which is all the people on Earth, from the influence of these gods, because they exist in such a magnitude. The things they do don't matter to them, but they affect whole worlds of existences. It rips out the quiet highlands and puts them in new places, and you just get this more real perception of your god when you allow yourself to view him as a person first and then a deity. And so you just kind of like realize that that decree that exists, because Summer Song has told you that gods are not allowed to talk to people. He's always told you that as a blanket statement. Never, I made the rule that gods can't talk to mortals, just that is the rule. But also he's actively breaking it in a weird way, because he's also going about, he is loopholing it, because he doesn't talk to you technically. He goes back in time and sends you there in a vision so that he can speak to the universe as you happen to be there in time, watching him speak, because he knows where you will be, throughout time. And so he's always done these loophole weird things, and you thought that he was trying to outsmart someone else, but he is in fact trying to play his own game or uphold his own rules. But he does have this soft spot for you, and from a much earlier high roll you got, like episode 1 or probably episode 1, Demina also has some sort of some sort of real relationship with him outside of her time with him as her guardian, the god Summer Song. That they have this weird mom and dad energy with you. Like they control not control your being, but they affect your reality. But yeah, you kind of get this more nuanced version of God as you remember and learn who he was as a person before he ascended to the highest rank of divinity, only to be matched with death itself. Because gods have rankings, clerics know this. And so he is like, but you kind of have this, this conflict does exist there, and that Agba said, Agba and not Agba, sorry, that Ursine speaks to Agba in some kind of way, and also you would know that timeline wise, Agba came after the Summer Song and Thrute moment, so she is I guess now she is the newest goddess in the grand scheme of the cosmos. History checks. Things you know. Gods used to walk the earth. Your god said when he became a god, no more of this. I don't want you all to touch the material plane, and so I won't let you. And now he acts as a jailer to keep the gods. You don't know how he does it. Obviously he's not, actively housing them somewhere. They still do their godly duties. They just don't affect the world in a tangible way. And with that history, that they have not done that since those moments. That the things that happen in the world are no longer parts of the world missing and being moved to other planes. It's evil warlords, powerful mages, shit you can hand. It's Olivines. That's the big bad guy now, not some god in the sky, some dude who pops your head and can't die. Problems we can digest. That's what Summer Song wanted. And boy, did he get it, because Olivine came right after Summer Song in the grand scheme of no more gods, and Olivine was like, bet, head popping everybody. But that's a natural order of things. But you recognize that as he says, I talk to God. I dream of my God, much like you dream of your God. And that dream is real. Ding, ding, ding. You have your answer from your mission. Roots and leaves.
Huh.
And
Crazy.
as you have this epiphany, you all realize it's that moment in your when you're in an airplane. I assume everyone has flown in an airplane. This is privilege speaking. When your ears pop, your ears pop, and your sound gets all kind of wonky in your head. As you're all walking, you see first this. It looks like you see Statue City in the distance, and it looks like it is across this flat chasm. Like you just need to walk right over there to it. You have not crossed Mandigo's Bridge or / the Humming Bridge, and as you start to move closer to Statue City, your ears pop, and you realize that this flat plane is not technically as flat as it looks. As your ears pop, you see that there's a chasm of maybe 60 feet in front of you that just drops off, and it's about 200 feet across of just empty space in this chasm, and then the rest of the ground picks up, and then it kind of continues, and you see Statue City on the other side of the 200-foot chasm. The thing that is sound is weird in your head because the pressure is being pushed, like air is being sucked down into this chasm, and so it's like pulling air and making sound weird, so your ears kind of pop. And you see in front of you, very rudimentary, it is two wooden, let's call them rails. Two wooden rails, look like two 2x4s that just run from one side all the way across the chasm to the other side. Just these two that are kind of like, train tracks with nothing in the middle of them. And then you see in the middle of them, almost right next to each other, are these two, they look like either strings or wire or like something of that thin nature that run straight across the chasm as well, in between those two rails. So wooden rails on the side, and then two wires that run kind of across, much like a train track, or like one of those wheelie things. That's a train track. Just kidding. Go straight across, and you look at it, and it is absolutely confusing because there's no way you have enough balance to put your feet on one of these strings, and like it would be a really bad balancing act to try to walk across this 200 feet chasm that has air sucking down, but you also know that you need to cross it. My friends from the Fae, I would love a history check from you.
I got a 9.
Sylvie's not the brightest, but
Or
it's a definite
Arcana, if
no.
anyone has a preference.
I will give that.
I'm trying to think of things that'd be accurate. Yeah, it is because you see there are some etchings along the side.
Yeah. So Arcana wise, I rolled a 23.
Much better.
Yeah.
Then you look
Much
concerned. What'd you get?
6.
6.
6.
And yeah. I heard you. And Desiree, what'd you get?
Can I roll again but make it Arcana instead?
Yeah, I support
do
you.
that?
Girl
Can I do
supporting girls. Yeah.
I got worse Arcana than history.
That was a 10.
No.
It was a little better.
That's one better, right?
It is better. Oh Lord, I love sending my kids to college. I'm getting all my money's worth. Desiree and Tidbit, you kind of look at this thing, and it looks old. I think that is the thing that it looks retro. I think that would be the best word. Not old as in like it looks rickety. Retro as in it looks like old magic, like something that like people just don't use anymore. You know that this used to be called Mandigo's Bridge, and it is now called the Humming Bridge. Arcana, but that is what you know with those interesting history checks. Arcana, you look at this thing and you can feel the oh, I don't want to. No, yeah, you can feel the hum of magic that's a sliver. It runs just so perfectly through what is a chaotic scene with this chasm of sucking air down, and you just see, but there's this sliver of magic that runs through this bridge. And you think about your time at the orphanage. There were these toys. They were like these think like Rubik's Cube, but for mages who can't do magic yet. It is a way of like testing if you have magic, but also like the goal is for you to funnel enough mana into it that you can like pump magic into this thing, which is this is a player puzzle. So I gotta be careful what I say here. So that mechanic is what you're a member of, and you see some of the etchings on there match, or yeah, some of the etchings on the kid thing that you remember are the same etchings you see that kind of go through the railing of this bridge and remind you of this concentration toy. And you kind of remember this humming magic that moves through there. And as you all get closer to the bridge itself, or like the structure itself, you cross that 60 feet, the sound gets you get more depth. The closer you get to this space, like less sound is being produced as it's all just being ripped down this chasm in front of you. But it doesn't affect anything else outside of you see the magic, you can feel the magic in it. Do you have does Tanner the player have any inkling of what he should do to get across this humming bridge?
I mean, my first initial reaction is to just put like a toe on the bridge and channel magic into it. I feel, because I mean, what you described to me, I'm like, oh, it's just this bridge is that toy. In order to like make this bridge work, we probably need to like channel our magical energy into this bridge, and I do that.
Yeah, and I will give you the precursory step. So no one just, oh god. You step,
Yeah.
you aim at, is there a spell you're using, or is there something that you are like, is it just like I want to do a magical thing? Are you using a spell in particular? Before I put words in your mouth.
I feel like Sylvie would look over at Ursine.
Mm-hmm.
Ursine, with this earthly power you have, I have a feeling that if we, I don't know if this bridge is solid per se. I feel like we have to channel some energy into it. And you being the Earth Boy, you might be able to solidify this bridge a bit for us, and I can boost you.
Is it? It's. What is the material of this bridge?
The and bridge again, loose term. The two side rails that would the two bumper rails are made of wood, and then the two cords that go across are made of either string, very fine string, or very fine wire. And so it's just two pieces of string that go across, and then two boards. So it connects these two things, but none of it gives you that you could like step on it. There's no like bottom to it. You would need, and Sylvia has made the assumption that you need to do something to activate it. But what you're looking at basically is just like two wooden pieces, two strings, and Sylvia's saying channel magic into it.
Yeah, like can you make the plants form like something we can walk onto, and I can amplify you with my druid craft, and we can do a little coven magic
I
perhaps?
could draw out a glyph of warding while we do it.
Oh. No.
And yeah, Ursine. Nope. Scott. I'm just like staring at you, being like, I was like, God, sharp. It's not even the same letter. That's crazy. Can I get a investigation or intelligence saving throw? Whichever one is higher. I feel like they're gonna be around the same.
Good. 28.
You see Sylvie working. You got the weird sound is happening, and I think that the thought that comes to your brain is too complicated. It needing a primal soul power to cross this bridge is not like your brain is very like easiest way to get things done. That is a way you could absolutely try to do it. You see Sylvie trying to get him to do some magic. That just seems like if a random person was trying to cross this bridge, that wouldn't be the way about it. And there would have to be a way to cross this bridge that's just a little simpler.
How far apart are these rails?
The rails, I want to say 7 feet. Like it's
7 feet. Are they thick rails? Or are they like thin? Like if I put my hand in it, is it like wide, small?
It's like a 2x4 piece of wood, kind of like it is like this is going this way, just straight across. Okay. Yeah.
And is it on something or is it suspended?
It is. They are attached to like each, so like it comes out of the ground and then goes across, then goes down like a like up, over, down.
So if you fall off that, you're dead. There's nothing supporting that. It's not like a roller coaster with supports. It's just the roller coaster.
Yeah, there's the only thing going across this are the two boards and the two strings that are in between it. There are arcane sigils on it. I will say that you don't think that that Sylvie is wrong. You just think that Sylvie is doing too much.
Oh.
Imagine that.
Sorry, Sylvie. I didn't. My bad. Are there trees or anything that can be cut down around that I could theoretically lay on top of this to reach rail to rail?
Oh, if you want to go that, like if you wanted to lay them going that way.
I mean, you've got two people who can carve. I'm an artificer. We can make things. Like, you want to make a cart? I'll make you a cart.
How far across is the chasm?
200 feet, roughly.
Oh, so that city's like one short day. It's like
it's
far.
Yeah, the thing that separates you is this. Okay. The last big chunk is this, and on the other side are the poppy fields of the Wizard City. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so close. Gotcha. But it is because you can see the statues growing. Tanner. Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, are there resources around like that as a viable option for Ursine and I? So that's a serious consideration. I mean,
if we can get 60 feet out, safely, I can cast Scatter and teleport us across because it has a distance of 120 feet. On top of that, if I'm able to be 30 feet ahead of you guys, then
Then we'll be in the thing that shatters out.
so that would add so that would we would just need to go 50 feet out if I was 30 feet ahead of you.
So we just need to get 50 feet across.
Magic, I love it.
Okay.
Can maybe do that.
Huh?
Wait.
Wait a minute. Who can fly here? I can cast fly on
Me.
2 people.
Sylvie can fly. You and the thing while you're
The
thinking about that,
chasm.
the chasm has the air is being sucked down.
Oh,
Sucked
into
down.
sucked
this thing.
down. You did
Yeah.
say that. Okay.
So, and I think a thing that you are that clicks in your brain is that the bridge is in this state, not stopping that, but also not being affected by it. Like between the rails, the strings, the wind is still being sucked through that.
Well, that'll
and
hold
so
you on the rails better.
You're not wrong.
Maybe we can just try and walk it.
No. They're 7 feet across. We got a balanced 50 feet.
Wait,
Yeah,
what if we put someone in a bubble and push them in between the rails?
Will the bubble... How wide is the bubble? And will it go right through? It's a bubble.
Well, I mean, if it's supported on the rails, nothing could pass through the bubble, so it would have to just.
And gravity still
go.
affects it, or do you just float with it?
If
No,
you put the
there's
bubble
still
on the thing,
gravity.
it'd be like a bowling ball coming out of that thing. It would,
Okay,
in
so
theory,
then
would be able to
we
roll
get
across
2
it.
people or 3 people who can fly to roll the bubble until we're 50 feet. Oh no,
Or you
We'll
could just
be on
walk
top.
inside like a hamster.
even better.
Or we could do that the whole way. And if there's any mishaps, I can just do my thing just in case.
So you just got to get us 50 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, wait,
Wait,
now
is
Seems
the
like a
magic
lot
even working,
more
though?
than when God was trying to stop me from just doing primal stuff.
You can give Desiree or one of the other Fayers a help action since you did well. If you want to give them, and it can be on history or Arcana, your choice or their choice, whichever one you think. Sylvie, you can give. Sorry, I'll be really clear. I'm staring at you, so I know I'm talking to you, but that's how this works. Sylvie, you can give advantage
Okay.
to Desiree or Tidbit to a Arcana or history check since you did well and gathered some information as you're trying to like figure out a way to cross it.
I'll give it to
Give it to
Des.
Des.
I know Tidbit has history here.
She's our rolling queen. Come on in.
16
Arcana. Yeah, you have a more working memory of this. Tanner remembered having a toy when they were a kid. You remember having this. They were crystals that you had to have in certain classes you took at the Sky Defense Academy. They were used as a proof that you were holding magic. There because you sometimes you have to the test is concentrating on a spell, but you can't see all magic. All magic isn't always there. So if you do something invisible, they don't want to hold it against you. So if you have this crystal in your hand and you are using a spell, whether you can see it or not, if you are channeling that magic, it will light up. Thus, they know that you are able to catch magic. They can like track your progress and your affinity with magic through this crystal, which all you have to do to use the crystal is to I mean 16 is easy enough. You need to mechanically concentrate on a spell. You need to walk across this bridge while Tanner was close, not putting magic into the bridge, but putting magic into yourself. Most people in the Fae are magical beings and can do some kind of magic. You just need to be able to do magic that you can you can concentrate on that can get you 200 feet across, which is a minute of concentration if you walk real slow. So if you run, you'll definitely get across. And you kind of think, man, if I run, like why was the old bridge destroyed? This is not the old bridge that was here. What happened to the old bridge? You don't hear anything because no matter how close you are to this chasm, sound is just weird, but you all feel and maybe most intensely, Ursine, you all feel like a tremble in the ground. Ursine, make me an insight check. Your tremor
Love to do
sense
that.
is all kinds of tanging.
You said insight.
Yeah.
Splendid. Wisdom. 23 insight.
Something or some things is coming up through the ground. You don't know if it tremor sense. You do know this. You know that it's not coming up through the ground. More so, you know that some things is scaling the inside of that chasm, and it is moving. They're moving hard enough that it is shaking the ground. But with that knowledge, you also know what it takes to cross that bridge. And I declare for you, the claws are on your side because that's the side of the bridge that you obviously are
Yeah.
aware of. So they're crawling up. You can feel them somewhere deep in the bowels of this chasm. Everyone feels them, but you know what that earthquake? No. Hells are coming.
Whatever we do, we should do it quick. But we have some well, I don't know if they're friends or foes, actually, so we could find out. Or we could go
You know what?
soon.
I say we just get in the bubble and roll, because at the end of the day, I got Featherfall.
There.
One
can
person
Misty
gets the
Step.
bubble.
Yeah, I can Misty Step all the way across with my spell slots. If I just rapid fire them, in theory. I can
200?
get all the way across.
Wait, you gotta like
It's gonna
stop
pop
somewhere.
I know, so I'm saying I can go and stop and then really quick cast it again, and then when I stop in that instant, keep going, and I Misty Step all the way across.
Oh, on the
Because
rail.
I have
That's
enough spell
cool.
slots. Yeah, because I have enough spell slots to do it.
Would
That's
you
what
have
I'm
to
saying. I don't have
balance
to worry
each
about.
time? Or are you just doing it really like quick?
Listen
That's
here,
tough.
friends. I'm gonna need initiative, and I want to know what you're doing on this first turn. We're gonna have one turn before we come back next week, and I want to know what you're doing on that turn. You are welcome to do whatever you would love to do. I am not bullying you. I just want to know how we're ending, what the ending picture is as we have
Bullying.
the 200 foot chasm. The pieces of a bridge have been formed. Air sucking down into it like a vacuum, affecting your ears. Something crawling up the side of it, and in the moment, Sylvie and Desiree stop thinking about smut, and they realize concentration is the answer. I just gotta concentrate. And they. Do you tell people that, or do you model it for them? I will say Sylvie, since she was like, "I'm a Misty Step across." Oh, actually, roll initiative. I don't answer the question. This is
Okay.
what initiative is for. I'm so sorry, but think about
Roll a
that.
12.
I also got a 12.
Oh,
A
well, look at you.
Oh, there's my natural one, Michael.
Hey, at least it's now, you know.
Yeah, it's
Getting that
initiative. You
ball.
still get to add to it.
Oh, there's Scott's 20.
Wow.
Duality.
I've got an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
In the middle.
1. I like how I wrote some people's characters' names, some people's real names. Oh, God. It's fine. All right. Scott, Mr. Nat 20. The scene is set before you. What do you want to do?
So I just want to clarify before we get the
Yeah.
bubble one person can fit in.
Ben, tell me about your bubble.
Yeah, don't give me a bit.
Do one bubble at a time.
But it's one person at a time.
Yeah,
Is it a concentration spell?
it is.
Technically, 2 people if someone doesn't want to concentrate on a spell. The person concentrating on a spell will be able to walk across the bridge. So, well, which would be you, because I assume no one else can cast bubble. But
I'm not going to be able to get across without making something to help myself get across, because all I can do is fly and the wind's going to pull me down, and I'm not going to be able to balance.
you can cast the fly spell and walk across. You just need to be concentrating on a spell. You don't have to use the spell.
Oh, that's the thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's have fun with this. If it's silly. What's a good one? What's a good one?
Just got to be concentration.
I'm gonna cast haste on myself, so I'm even faster.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Roll. Yeah, you guys see Sharp, he starts to tinker on himself a little bit, just like doing weird things, clink, 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 moving stuff around, and he just kind of leans back on one leg and just and you see as he hits
Sonic.
that, there is stress in your holes as he hits that bridge, and you hear
A stress hole.
as he goes over that bridge. Projected light, sound, magic, who knows, shoots up from the chasm right under the wherever he is on this 7-foot spas bridge, wherever he is at conjuring spell. Space makes the bridge materializes under him as he is crossing it, concentrating on this haste spell. And in a blink of an eye, it's gone because that bitch is fast. Next, Desiree.
You already
see in
heard
front
what
of you.
I'm doing. I'm gonna
yes.
test my theory. I'm gonna Misty Step my way across.
Yeah. Misty Step is 30 feet. It is 200 feet across. You need 5 Misty Step.
And I got him,
Also,
baby.
you do have the. It's not a. Man, what did I give you when I know that you can teleport the same way your companion can, and this is just me. You're absolutely welcome to Misty Step across this bridge. I'm just thinking of ways to save you a couple spell slots, and I'm thinking if you layer in that, if you hold your companion, you teleport, it teleports, you teleport, it teleports, you just cut half the spells out of it, and it can teleport you and it as well with the same amount of. I'm pretty sure you could action teleport yourself, bonus action, it teleport you, so you technically get farther in half the time.
I mean, if you could just
Sure.
Yeah.
just Misty Step, you could Misty Step.
Like there's some ways of getting around it. Yeah, you tap into that fire that you got from Gran, and it allows you to tap into the fiery teleport that your companion can do. And you jump out there like ice climbers from Super Smash Bros. It's like teleport, teleport, teleport as you're like grabbing each other and just teleporting through space in such a chaotic way as everyone watches you. I would say show off because we know you could have walked across that bridge. She said, "No, I don't wanna." She said, watch this." And you all see right after Sharp just eats across the bridge, you see boop, 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 just puffs of fire. I mean, you see Desiree standing on the other side, holding her, or with her. It's not tiny; it's kind of medium sized. Her companion. Tam.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna cast enlarge on myself and concentrate on that across. So I'm just a semi-normal sized humanoid walking.
Struts across the bridge. Yes, perfect. Yeah, no. As you walk out and step, like light comes to meet your foot as they meet. You know, boom, boom, boom. As you step, this light comes up, shoots up from the thing, and matches exactly the footprint. So it only would take you across this thing.
Oh yeah, I'm having fun with this.
Yeah, and so you kind of.
Spreading.
And then last but not least, blessed by the Lord, our peace walker, Bubble Boy, Ben. What you doing?
I'm gonna cast silence on myself.
Yeah, that's nice.
As you, I imagine you're leaping.
While still talking, because purposely.
It appears under you. As you all safely cross this bridge, you see crawling up the side that you have.
I haven't.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Oh,
Ursign did
man.
not
Didn't do
cross.
it.
Ursine! Cross the bridge! Things are climbing up! Ursine, it's you. I'm so sorry. Oh, I skipped you. I went to 1 instead of 8. That's funny.
That's okay. I was gonna wait until Tidbit had gone anyways.
I knew that.
So it works out. It works out. I'm gonna follow after, and I'm gonna cast spike growth, like on the area right behind, like on the bridge area, behind us. Yeah.
Perfect. And you start to move across, and magic starts to shoot up. Are your blights with you? On
Sure.
you? Yeah.
Sure.
And so they kind of they ride your become a little book bag on your back, and they ride across. You look back and you all see well, you don't see spike growth because it's invisible. But you hands and you see things start to fall off as they put their hands into spikes and they retch and no longer holding anything. These giant, you see, they're not giant. They are large trolls. You see some of them start to and fall back into the chasm as these other trolls kind of crawl up and out of it. And you see them standing there looking across at you, unable to cross this bridge because they can't do magic. They stand angry, screaming. And just lots of spit, so much phlegm, uvula swinging in the back of their throat. Most of you don't see that because you're walking towards the statue city, which is in front of you, and you get there because you get there. It's right there. Statue city is. Imagine you're in ancient Greece and everything is polished. There are arcane sigils on everything. Also, if Greece was Fire Island, there are people everywhere, bodies everywhere, people in mass, which is crazy. Tidbit and Desiree know that is super weird because, as you know, the queen died, and there should be approximately roughly 10 years of mourning. And this ass-shaking festivity you are witnessing does not look like mourning at all. But that, my friends, is a problem for next week. As we venture into Statue City, we find a friend who wants to be a queen. We get to meet the Neo-Asgarathis. Who are they? So much to know. And we meet the Fire Primal Soul, Primal Influencer. That's what it's called before he gets sucked out. Primal Influencer, who we have not met yet. And the reason we are here in this city. So let's see what comes next as we get through this. Few weeks left for us, friends, as we move through this last leg of our journey. Slaughter 2. Now we own 2 Primal Souls, 2 to go in the home of in the city of the third one. He has a home. You're not in it. In the city of the third one, things are moving appropriately. And I can only imagine the chaos that will ensue when this wraps, when our players have amassed so much power and there's not me or Scott to stop them. It's just me going, hey, what would you guys think you want to do after with all this power? And then I have to make that not chaotic for the seasons to come. But I'm excited for that because I want to know what you do. A few weeks left for us, my friends, as we finish up Campaign 5. What the fade, the Odyssey of Chaos. We'll be here next week, same time, same place. Come back, bring your holes, bring them.